Hello, everybody. It's ezchat episode 104. And today I'm going to ask you, do you struggle with your sales pitch? Do you feel insecure approaching people about your products or services? Or perhaps you are getting cold shoulder because you're too eager or you come across too salesy? If you answered yes, this show is definitely for you. Because today I am going to introduce you to someone who knows the secret sauce of selling and has a very, very particular style of selling as well. So let's just go on and introduce you to whoever do not know, but I'm sure that a lot of people know, Landon Porter. Landon Porter, the sales gorilla. Hi, Landon.
Hello, Juliet. How are you this morning?
I'm very, very good. It's actually an evening here in Ireland, so we're connecting all the way half the way across the world today. So, Landon, tell me, what is all this gorilla stuff about?
Well, I ended up with this weird new world in my lap. I was a sales guy for about 15 years, and my wife and I decided to go teach a parenting course and create a program and coaching and all of that. And I ended up buying a Facebook ads course. I've had several. You know how that goes. We buy courses and stuff. And I ended up having conversations with different people, asking them questions about how to do XYZ with Facebook ads, and started building relationships the way that I do. And they start asking me, or, they're telling me their stories, what's going on with XYZ client and this trial client. And after a while, a handful of those people just said, dude, you need to teach this. And I was like, no, dude, I don't. It kind of landed in my lap. But the gorilla thing, the short story comes from probably 7 or 8 years into my sales career. I had worked with a multinational company for about 8 or 9 months. And one of the salespeople in our company brought them on, and then I took them over to manage. And that salesperson, who was no longer with our company, told them whatever they needed to hear to get them to sign on the dotted line. Big contract, mid 5 figures in my pocket a year from that client. And everything was perfect until that little thing came up, and I got basically hollered at by a group of people over the phone for like 45 minutes. And I walked down the hall and had a conversation with a good friend of mine in that industry. And when he saw me, because I get heated, I'm emotional, it shows what I'm feeling. And he said, "Feeling awfully gorilla today, huh?" That's where it started. So I kind of look like a gorilla when I've got short hair, and I've kind of got the demeanor. And it's a play on guerrilla marketing, which has been around since the 70s, 80s, just a different way to do it. So that's kind of where it comes from.
Well, this is actually brilliant, because when I joined Landon's group, not so long ago, actually, I was absolutely intimidated watching the videos. Landon definitely has this kind of like a silverback gorilla presence, and you feel like you're in a boot camp or something, and you can't misbehave. You can't do anything. If he says you can't do this, you definitely can't. So yep. That's my perception. Well, but for those who just joined us and they don't know who the heck are these two people talking about and what they're talking about, I am Julia Stapleton. I am the founder of Easy Marketing for Solopreneurs and Fearless Video Marketing. And I'm here today with Landon Porter, the sales gorilla himself. He is the head of Sales Gorilla, where he teaches sales and selling and building the audience through simply being yourself, which is very interesting. Now, well, let's move on and let's just say, how long actually you have been teaching this, and how long did you take it? I just see how you have a massive following. So how long are you teaching it, and how long did it take you to get all the following and everything that you're enjoying now?
We started this basically in February. We grew a group through February and March and part of April, and adjusted. We closed down those 2 groups, reopened 2 new groups on April 15th, And that's how long I've been doing this. We went from about 130, 140 members that were seed members, that were good members from our previous group on April 15th to we're at almost 3,000 people. So this is how long I've been doing it. I'm not a teacher. I coach people. I don't really consider myself a coach. It took me 7 or 8 years to really get good at the traditional sales process, the one that we all hate. And then I had to make a couple of changes because of the way I felt about it. And it took me a couple of years to really learn a different style, and then a few more years to kind of perfect that for myself. And so it's just really me kind of expressing what I think is a better way to help somebody make a buying decision. But we've only been doing this a few months.
So what is the secret then? How did you do it in a few months to you have a couple of thousands of people in your free group, as far as I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a massive number there. What's the secret of this? Is it word of mouth? Is it how do you get it?
It's all been organic. We are still above about a 60% decline rate, meaning 6 out of 10 people that ask to join the group, we decline them. The secret sauce is my demeanor and what I say. And it was a couple of months of almost daily Facebook Lives talking about what I do and talking with the people in my group. And the engagement percentage in our group is totally unlike almost every other group on Facebook.
That's true. That's true.
We've got 3,000 members and we've got about 2,000 people that are active. So, that's the secret.
Yeah, it really is when somebody says, you need to build a tribe. This is definitely a tribe, 100%. And people are just so excited about it. Always, like recently, you've created a new group and some people got a bit of a, they got hashtags with different guerrilla hashtags. And it's like it went viral, really, to me, in my news feed. Everybody's so excited about it. That's all I see. And this is brilliant because it creates that excitement. And then I want to be part of that, So I'm now talking to Landon. What's your groups? What's your membership cost? Or what's your courses about? And even though 3 weeks ago I didn't even know about you or anything, And this is brilliant for me. But I have to say, you just mentioned that you were doing live videos. You were doing live videos daily. Mm-hmm. For me, in what I do, the biggest problem a lot of my clients and people that I teach is the confidence going on camera and actually being yourself on camera. Did it come natural to you? Or did you have experience before being on camera on stage and, and focus, being a front man or anything like that? Just tell us what's the background and how did you come to being so you're very natural on camera? So how did it happen?
No, it wasn't natural. Yes, it was totally friggin' weird. I never had an issue. Well, when I first started in sales, cold calling people, that was weird and it was difficult and it was out of my comfort zone and you don't know what to say. And sometimes you get weird in a conversation and you just hang up, That's one-on-one with one person. They can't see you. On camera is a totally different story. I just did it. And the first couple were weird. I've got a little practice thing that I can give you that you can give your people that makes it a lot easier. But the first half dozen were really odd. However, my natural feeling and part of my sales process is I know that some people aren't going to like me. And I'm okay with that because that means that some people are going to like me. And if some people really don't like me, that means that some people really do like me. Here's the practice that I used. I knew I was going to do live video and it was terrifying, honestly. So what I did was I kind of figured out what I was going to say in this one Facebook Live conversation, maybe like the 30,000 foot overview outline of what I wanted to try and say. And I said it out loud to myself. Not like verbatim, not word for word. I'm not a scripted guy. I know I want to talk about this and that leads to this and that goes here and then we end up here. I talked about it out loud to myself for like a day and a half, 2 days, maybe 6, 7, 8 times. And then I took my phone and I recorded me audio saying that maybe 4, 5, 6 times over the course of a day or two. And then I recorded myself video on my phone, not live, just to me, right? Because, you got to dip your toes in a little bit. And I did that 2 or 3 times and I was like, okay, cool. I totally can do this. It feels like I'm being stretched. It feels way outside of what I'm comfortable with. And I just knew that I had to do it. I just, I would much prefer feeling comfortable, right? I think all of us would. But I knew that, okay, I want to go do this thing and that requires me to do this. And so I did that first Facebook Live and it was really awkward and I'm sweating bullets and I'm like, anxious and I don't know what the hell to say. And like the video quality is crap and you can't quite hear me. But I was on for like 30 minutes because I had like a dozen people asking me questions and talking back and forth. And it was amazing. I still have never gone back and rewatched that first video, which is something that I do. Most salespeople will record their sales calls and go back and listen to it because you can catch don't do that again.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah.
So, and then the next day I did another Facebook Live, but I didn't prep for that one. And then the next day I did another one. And the next day I did, and after about a week, it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so terrifying. And after about 2 weeks, you start looking at the camera instead of yourself on screen and you just start being yourself. But that's the core message, is just be yourself. It's okay.
That's right, and whatever works for you, I suppose that's what you need to figure out with the videos, live or not live. For example, I'm very awkward on recorded videos. I'm not great because I think that it's the idea that you can switch off and re-record. That doesn't make me natural. But when I go live, it doesn't matter if I make mistakes. It doesn't matter. English is not my first language. I make up words. I make up new grammar rules, but this doesn't matter. This is me. And whatever's comfortable to me, that's going to work for people who want to work with me as well, and this is something that what you were saying, if somebody doesn't like me, that's fine. I'm a big believer in vibrational matches, law of attraction. I think that, it's very important that you are attracting somebody who is like you, and showing your true self is the only way that you can achieve that. When you're trying to be someone else, or especially when you're trying to be someone that other people think that you should be, or you think other people think that you should be this way, it's never going to work. So the secret is to figure out something. And this practice was great because I know people who, everybody has their own system, obviously, and everybody will get comfortable with something through their own system. Nobody can tell you, well, this is how you're going to get confident, because confidence is a personal thing. So you can't actually teach you exactly how to do it, but you need to figure out what you're comfortable with and then go with that. And as you said yourself, you're okay. If your system was to say it out loud, even if it's not scripted, I hate being scripted. For me, it's a pain. If I have a list of questions here that I'm supposed to ask you, but I can't work like this. I just want to have a chat. That's why it's called ezchat. So whatever is comfortable, this is what you should do with the videos, right? Mm-hmm.
Yep, totally. Julia, do you mind if I ask the audience to do us a favor?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
If you're watching this live right now and you have the ability to smash the like button and hit the heart button, please do so. That helps Facebook show this to other people that might also like it. And you should comment in the comment section and tell us, hey, what's up and how you doing and maybe where you're from. Get a little bit of interaction with us. That way we've got somebody to talk to. Cool?
Yes, I think we have a couple of people on there that have talked to us. There's Ash. Who is this lady, Ash? Do you know her, Landon?
I do know her. She is my wonderful woman.
Brilliant. And she's saying the Gorilla Amination is amazing. I love that. That's true. It is absolutely true. Now let's have a look who else we have here. We have Joe Doyle, who is saying that he has to watch this from the start. Please do. We're available on the replay. And we have some more. We have, oh yes, Juliet, I'm detecting you spent some time in Ireland from that accent. Okay, well, I am from Estonia originally, guys. I'm here 18 years. And usually the Irish people reply, oh, you're almost Irish. No, I'm not. I'm still Estonian. Let's have a look at Urvi Chandlock. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. All the way from India. Love you guys. Urvi, you're great. Thank you so much for this. And I'll have a look who else we have today. And of course, we have Brandon. You know Brandon Landon, don't you?
I do. He's one of our crew. What's going on, Brandon? How you doing today, brother?
What's up, Brandon? So, well, look, I am actually, to be honest with you, oh, there is more. Charlie Leva. Hey, Landon and Juliet. Good to see you guys. It's great to see you too. I will be honest. Can I just be like brutally honest with you guys? I'm actually experiencing a terrible issue here. I can't see anybody. I can't see Landon. I only can see your comments here. So Landon, help me out.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're doing.
That's crazy because I can see you and I think everybody can see both of us too. I was watching the comments as well.
There's a question that we just got, actually. Let's have a look at that one. Any tips on avoiding procrastinating? I got plenty of things to do today, and I keep putting everything off for something that comes up, like this show, Jason, isn't it? What do you think? What can we tell you? Well, look, for me, I procrastinate a lot, honestly, and I'm trying to be very sociable on Facebook, because if you are doing Facebook, if you are trying to build your business through Facebook marketing, you have to be sociable. You have to interact with people. Myself and Jason spoke today for about half an hour. I was late getting ready for the show because of him. It's your fault I'm not ready, Jason. So, but for me, it's just something that you just have to stop what you're doing if you're getting distracted. Write a little list of things that you need to do. Prioritize what you need to do now. Start with the little tasks and just build away. And that way works for me every time. If I find myself I'm getting too distracted, I write a list, do it. So that's my tip. Landon, any suggestions?
Yeah, the thing that I use is every day there is 3 big things that if those 3 things get done, all the other crap takes care of itself. My whole world right now is on Facebook. So one of those big things is me interacting and building relations with the people that are in our world. I can spend 18 hours a day doing that, or I can spend 2 hours a day doing that. And there's pros and cons to both, but the list of things that need done is never going to end. But there's always 2 or 3 big things that if you got those done, it would change your world if you got it done today and then tomorrow and then the day after that. That's how I go about it.
Well, that's true. That's true as well, because when you're on Facebook, you have to draw a line too. Because you can be here all day. I get up every morning at 6 a.m. and I have big plans every morning to do. Start with meditation and then do my to-do list and go and exercise for half an hour. I haven't exercised for 5 months because this is how long I'm trying to grow my business on Facebook. So I get up and I have my cup of coffee and I end up actually interacting and, making some things and plans and doing all that. But it does work. If you're marketing on Facebook, you need to put your time into it. Now, let's have a look. Oh, okay. Well, I think that I'm running out of the questions here, but where can we find you, Landon? Those people who are watching us and who are not familiar with the Guerrilla Nation and anything to do with you, where can they find you?
Sure.
What do they look up?
Look up Getting Clients Without Being Salesy. It's a group on Facebook. That is our main hub. And if you don't know us or anything about us, that's where you can find us. Brilliant.
Well, thank you very much for joining me, Landon. Yeah. And thank you everybody who was watching us. I enjoyed the show, even though this was a very interesting experience for me. It was more like a podcast, actually, for me. But I'm glad that everybody else didn't experience it. The next show, the next Easy Chat, we will have on Tuesday with UK life coach for women, Claire McPherson, at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I hope you can join me. Landon, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Juliet. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
You're very welcome. It was really enjoyable. Thanks a million, everybody.